What is angular kinematics, and does it apply to me at all? Well, actually, it does. It appears pretty much everywhere in your life. For example, a figure skater bringing her arms in to spin faster, this elliptical right here, a car driving around a bank curve, or even just the wheels on the car themselves spinning. What all of these things have in common is that they have circular motion, and that just means that regular kinematics are not going to cut it for these types of motion, and we need to use angular kinematics. Before we can visualize any of these angular kinematics, we have to start with the basics, the kinematic equations. On this side, we have all the linear kinematic equations, and on this side, we have the angular kinematic equations. If you take a look, see, right here, you may see a couple similarities. That's right. They are the same equations, just with different components. If you didn't see it the first time, I'll give you a second chance. And now you've seen it. Now that we've seen these inside of equations, it's time to visualize these components on an actual circle. I have these handy dandy elliptical right here to show all the rotations and movement. Starting up, we have our radius. We all know what a radius is. Half diameter. I'll move on. Next up, we have our angular velocity. This bad boy goes right here, and it's spinning in this direction, which is counterclockwise, which means it's going in a positive direction. So positive angular velocity. Next up, we have angular displacement, which is the angle in radians at which a point has rotated around a specific axis. That will go right here to visualize our movement. Next up, we have our angular acceleration, which is the rate of change of our angular velocity. And I'll push this one right here. Next up, moving into linear kinematics to contrast our angular kinematics, we have delta S, which is the arc length of which our point has moved, which is pretty much just the displacement. Next up, we have our linear or tangential velocity. Now, you may be asking, Kate, why are there more than one? Well, that is because at every single point around a circle, the velocity is different because it's changing in a different direction, therefore, different velocity, which is, I just think that's really cool. That's why I made more than one arrow. And last but not least, our little linear or tangential acceleration, which is the rate of change of the linear velocity, of course. That one we'll put right here. Alright, time to spin her. Angular kinematics, baby.